Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Back in the kitchen again. Give everybody a second to get acclimated and get in and get situated and get your notepad and get ready because we're back in the kitchen. You already know we're talking about the choice. What the choice? The most important choice you can make, second to giving your life to Christ, is a choice that it's about your body, taking care of your body, your overall health. Like I said yesterday, we get one body. You get one body, not two, not three, one body. So we have to make proper decisions and the right decisions as far as how we proceed through life with that one body that we are granted. All right. So I'm just here. Of course, fitness is my passion, all things fitness. And my overall desire is to just help everyone be a better version of yourself. I'm not going to beat you over the head. I'm not going to push you. I'm not going to force you because the choice is yours. You know, oftentimes we say we want better. Oftentimes we say we want to do better. Oftentimes we say we wish we were this and we wish we were that. But that's kind of not how that works. You know what I mean? Give me just a second.
Supposed to break today, though. Supposed to get up to 20. And they did feel a little over today.
Did it? Woo. All right, we back. All right, hey, cool. All right, good. So, but overall, you want to make sure that you are making proper decisions for your body, proper decisions to keep you functioning at such a high level. As we get older, right? As we transition, you know, nobody likes to get older, but it's a beautiful thing, right? It's a blessing to be able to age up and age gracefully. And as you get older, you have to make better decisions, more responsible decisions, right? When you were younger, you could eat and do things without even thinking twice. Like you didn't even have to worry about it. It's like, oh, I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna eat this. Eat as much junk as you want to, and you got plenty of time to kind of bounce back from that. As you get older, choices, they come with more weight, right? Each choice carries more weight. So without further ado, let's dive in. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, we are here with the choice. We are talking about making better choices when it comes to our nutrition, okay? Before I get started, I want to dive into some questions I got yesterday. I took the time to go through as much as I could see the questions that were in the chat because I want to be able to answer your questions in real time. So as you have questions, I do have someone on helping me today so that as you put questions into the chat, they will kind of direct those questions to me so I could see them because it's kind of hard to talk and watch the chat and pull questions from the chat. So any questions that you have, by all means, feel free to drop them in the chat and they will make sure they get to me. But I want to get started with some questions that I had yesterday that I didn't answer. Of course, I saw it in the chat and I had a few people reach out to me to ask me what is going on with all these snacks when I finish with this segment. Listen, see, y'all starting wrong already. Why, listen, if I throw them in the trash, it should be okay, right? But nah, real talk, I'm probably more than likely going to take these snacks to the school and just let the kids have at it. Or, you know, the classrooms always need extra snacks. So I'll drop those off in the classroom, I'm sure, to let them kind of do it because I want to help you all be better. So I don't want to give these to anybody, right? I don't want to give this to anybody because I want you to be better. You're supposed to be learning, right? We're learning. Yesterday was the first day, which means today was your reset. Yesterday you kind of got knowledge. Today was the day one. We're stepping in the right direction, correct? All right, so listen. Somebody asked me about my protein powder of choice. So my protein powder of choice, it's a IsoPure. It's an IsoPure. I get this from Costco. I prefer that one because it has a whey isolate. Whey isolate is the purest form of whey, and it's easier to break down in your system. It also has 0 carbs and 0 sugars. So it's much better for, you know, kind of your overall, when I was talking to you yesterday about monitoring in the totality of everything that you consume. So I want to make sure I'm reading and keeping myself in line with the things I want to do. So IsoPure is the protein that I take for the person that asked that question. Another question, how do I know how much fat/sugar is good for you? So I pulled this directly from the American Heart Association, and the American Heart Association said that when it comes to sugar, men should consume, just as an average, 36 grams of sugar in a day, and women at 25 grams, all right? So men on average should consume 36 grams of sugar a day, and women at 25 grams. Now, I can assure you, right, I'm nowhere near 35 grams of sugar. Like I don't want that much sugar, right? That's just an average, right, that you should try to stay either there or below. For me, I'm going to make sure I'm way below that every single day. And I'll give you an example of why, right? So let's talk about, and I'm going to get back to the questions, but let's segue into fruits, right? Because somebody kind of referenced fruits. And if you are a fruit eater, if you love fruit, right? If you are a fan of fruit, there's nothing wrong with fruit. I'm not knocking fruit. I'm not saying don't eat fruit, right? You can see I keep fruit in the house. The banana on the way out the door, or when I wrap up my workout with my protein shake, just about every day or every other day. An orange every day, right? So the thing with fruits that you have to understand is this. A lot of fruit breaks down in your body as sugar, right? Did you understand that? A lot of fruit, and I'll give you a list of fruits that are higher in sugar content. But when it breaks down in your body's not registering the difference between fruit and an Oreo. Your body's just going to break it down as sugar. You understand what I'm saying? Your body's going to break it down as sugar. So if you you'd say, oh, all day, I'm going to consume fruit all day. I'm going to eat grapes and watermelon and strawberries and pears and orange. Like you just say all day you're going to eat fruit. Like, that's kind of your little snack, right? You got to think about it. Fruits break down in the body as sugar. So you need to figure out why, right? You need to figure out why and what fruits are high in sugar content and lower in sugar content, because I could mess myself up just eating fruit all day. You don't believe me? Don't worry. I'm an analytical guy, so I got some things for you, all right? So a mango, right? You guys like mangoes? Anybody in the chat a fan of mangoes? Are you guys mango fans? One mango, your average size mango. These are just your average size, right? So your average size mango is 46 grams of sugar. I can't make this up. Your average mango is 46 grams of sugar contained within that mango. So when you eat it, you think about it now. I just told you the American Heart Association told you that just on standard, a woman should consume 25 grams of sugar, right? Just 25 grams is pretty much your standard count for the day. Men are 36 grams, right? So you think about it. If you're telling me one mango kills your whole sugar intake for the entire day. One mango. Grapes, a cup of grapes, 1 cup of grapes, 23 grams of sugar. 1 cup of grapes. 23 grams of sugar, a cup of grapes. Now, these are natural sugars, so don't be like, well, how? Well, what is? It's just these are natural sugars. This is how God intended those fruits to. This is how they get their great taste, their sweet taste, right? So we can't take the sugar out of the fruit, which is why you have to be mindful of how much you're consuming said fruit. So a cup of grapes, 23 grams of sugar in 1 cup of grapes. Cherries, anybody like cherries? Or we got cherry fans out here. A cup of cherries, 18 grams of sugar. 18 grams of sugar in 1 cup of cherries. A pear, 17 grams. A pear is 17 grams. For my watermelon lovers, all right, check this out. My people who love watermelons, listen. 1 medium wedge of watermelon, right? You know what a wedge is, like that wedge, right? The triangle-shaped wedge, right? So that wedge, 1 medium wedge of watermelon, 17 grams of sugar. 17 grams of sugar right there. Bananas, 14 grams of sugar, right? So we got to start thinking when you're talking about making changes, right? Making changes, you got to start to examine what am I consuming? Because if you say, man, I've just been eating fruit and this, that, but I'm not losing weight, I'm not seeing my midsection go down, or I'm not seeing my clothes change. You've got to start looking at what you're eating and what is contained within those things. Fruit is not saying don't eat fruit, but I'm just telling you, you might need to make some changes on what fruit you're eating. And also when you eat fruit. What do you mean when you say that, George? Okay, so for me, when I eat fruit, I'm going to eat fruit on the front side of my day. That's why you heard me say I eat my banana after I leave the gym on my way to work, right? I eat it on the front side of the day. Why? Because I know my metabolism has the rest of the day to work and burn off that sugar. But see, if you think a good late night snack is to eat fruit, that is a terrible idea. I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling you, I would not lie to you. To eat fruit as a late night snack is a terrible idea, because think about it. Your body is now going to consume that fruit, break it down as what? I told you, if it's high in sugar content, it's just like eating a slice of pound cake before you went to bed. Now that sugar is just sitting on your stomach. You don't have anything to do to burn that off. Why? Because you're going to be asleep for the next 7, 8, 9 hours. That's the worst snack you can eat late at night, right? So I'll break this down for you, right? So look, I wanted to give you a real life comparison between. Miss Quincy said, "I just need to fast." Obviously, I'm done. Listen, so I want you to understand this because you might hear that and think, but I promise you, listen, I eat 5 meals a day. I eat 5 full meals a day. Anybody around me, they know. They see me. I eat, but I'm eating meals, right? I don't walk around hungry. I don't walk around like, oh man, I'm starving. You guys can see I still hold muscle mass. I'm not super slim. It's a right way to do it. It's a right way to do it. But when we start talking about the choice, it starts up here. It's up here. It's mentally, right? It's making the proper decisions when you're in the kitchen or when you're in the grocery store or when you're at work or when you're at a function. It's making the proper decisions, right? So look, I'll give you this comparison really quick. A Chick-fil-A cookie, which I love their chocolate chip cookies, right? Like I break them up and put them in the ice cream. I told you, it's a fat kid that lives in here, I have to fight him off all the time. So that Chick-fil-A chocolate chip cookie broken up in that vanilla ice cream, listen. But I'm bringing it up to say this. A Chick-fil-A chocolate chip cookie holds 17 grams of fat and 26 grams of sugar, right? 26 grams of sugar. Now, I need you to understand because a mango has more sugar than that chocolate chip cookie. A cup of grapes at 23 grams of sugar are almost the equivalent as that chocolate chip cookie at 26 grams of sugar. Think about it. They're right there. So I'm telling you, when your body receives that sugar and it breaks it down, it's like, well, I just keep getting these high levels of sugar. So you're going to get that insulin spike. And every bit of momentum that you had as far as eating right throughout the course of the day, it's just going to build in a negative direction though, right? So that's why we have to be mindful of what we're eating. We have to be mindful of it. So you say, okay, George, what are some good fruits that I can eat? I got you. Raspberries, a cup of raspberries, 5 grams of sugar. Avocados, you don't think avocados are a fruit? It is a fruit. 1.33 grams of sugar per avocado. A cantaloupe, a wedge of cantaloupe, 5 grams of sugar. Papaya, 6 grams of sugar for half of the papaya. Strawberries, 7 grams of sugar for a whole cup of strawberries. 7 grams of sugar, right? So I'm helping you understand. Yesterday we talked about nutrition labels, right? I was here with all the food, and I'm talking to you about the nutrition label, reading. Well, fruit doesn't come with a nutrition label, so you have to do a bit of research to kind of understand what you're consuming when you're taking in that fruit. Got it? What we are consuming. That's the big goal, is to start to identify the things that we do not need to consume and what we should consume. But I'm going to go back to this original idea. This is called the choice for a reason, because you have to make a choice. You got to make a decision. Am I going right or am I going left? Every day, life is filled with choices. You make choices all day long. Some good, some bad. I want you to start to hone in on good decisions when it comes to your nutrition. We've got to get back to having a good relationship with food. A lot of people have such an unhealthy relationship with food, such a bad relationship with food. I'm trying to get us to a place where we don't have to fight food. It's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. Me and food get along great. We get along great. But I'm trying to help you get to the same place. And it starts with identifying what I can have and what I need to stay away from, right? So yesterday I told you guys my juice of choice is this. This is my drink of choice right here. Water all day long. I go to Publix. I buy 7 gallons at a time. I grab one, boom. I grab one, boom, right? If I'm not drinking water, I'm going to show you guys. I will listen. I will give you guys a cheat code, but do not tell anybody. I'm about to tell y'all this cheat code. Because if I start going in the store and I don't see this in the store, I'm going to know y'all told too many people, okay? I'm going to give y'all the cheat code on what I drink is not water. Hold 2 seconds. Now, if y'all don't know, Minute Maid makes a lemonade, 0 sugar, Minute Maid, 0 sugar. Listen, they make a mango, 0 sugar. And they also, I got another one there. I just don't feel like digging it out of the refrigerator. But it's pink lemonade as well. And they also make a fruit punch, 0 sugar. I will read you the nutrition label. It's 5 calories per serving. A serving size is 8 fluid ounces, which is basically a cup, right? That's 5 calories. Fat, 0. Sodium, 20 milligrams. Carbs, 1 milligram. Total sugars, 0. Added sugars, 0. If you just felt like I'm tired of drinking water and I need to switch it up, listen to me, okay? I'm just trying to put y'all on. I told you, I'm not gatekeeping. I'm giving you guys everything. You're in my kitchen. I'm giving you guys what I eat. And again, don't just think like I can't tell you my metrics, because me at 35, my height, my weight, my activity is going to be different than yours. But the food doesn't change. What's good is good and what's bad is bad. That part does not change, right? So I'm never going to be a proponent of telling you, oh, go get you some Oreos. What's good is good and what's bad is bad. That will not change. I promise you, okay? All right, let me see. I got a couple of questions in here, all right? Some fruit, the acid breaks down the enamel on your teeth, so which is better? All right, that is true, right? So the question was, some fruit, the acid breaks down the enamel on your teeth, so which is better? So you got to think about this, right? So your fruits that have a higher acidic base, right, which are probably your oranges, your lemons, those are higher in that acidic base. You probably want to get a toothpaste that helps rebuild that enamel, but again, you shouldn't be eating in such a high dose that it's causing such a drastic effect. So that's why I'm saying fruit is good, but don't stack your day with a lot of fruit, because there's so many other things that you can do. You don't have to put this question in here about Sprite Zero. All right, so look, Sprite Zero, I usually keep some of those in the refrigerator too, just as a change of pace. Sprite Zero is cool. I'm not an everyday drinker of Sprite Zero. I'm not an every week drinker of Sprite Zero. My primary is water. I don't change off water. Let me help you understand this. I do not change off water. This is every day, new gallon every day. I will mix in my lemonade just to kind of change it up a little bit, or Sprite Zero periodically to change it up. But you have to understand this. Moderation, we hear this all the time, and I think Karen Alfred, which is my aunt, just said it. Moderation is key. And that's just a true statement. You've got to understand how to do it in moderation, right? I will give myself a cheat meal every week, once a week. I will give myself a cheat meal, right? A cheat meal, not a cheat day, not a cheat weekend. Why not a cheat weekend, George? Okay, there's 7 days in a week. Let's think about this, all right? So you got 7 days in a week, right? So your work week is 5 days. The weekend is really Saturday and Sunday, so 2 days. Some people count Friday into the weekend. I don't know kind of how you guys do those metrics, but anyway, we're going to stay here, right? Boom. All right, so 7 days. So let's say you eat good for the entire work week. You have no cheats, nothing like that. So 5 days of eating right. And you say, okay, on the weekend, I'm going to eat bad Saturday and Sunday. I will tell you that the damage you do on Saturday and Sunday is going to take all of Monday and some of Tuesday to now regulate what you did on Saturday and Sunday. Because now you have to regulate, your body has to regulate those things out of your system, which leaves you with how many days for the week? If you got Monday and Tuesday there, you got Wednesday, Thursday, and if you're going to start eating bad on Friday again, you're not going to see progress. So that's why I say you want to focus on, if you need a cheat meal, not a cheat day, not a cheat weekend. And this is something I truly had to learn. I kid you not. It's something I truly had to learn. Because I'd be like, man, I want to reward myself. I ate great all week. I want to reward myself for the weekend. Because most functions happen when? On the weekend, right? Most get-togethers, brunches, parties, cookouts, whatever, those things happen on the weekend. So a lot of times you will undo everything you did and from Monday to Friday on the weekend. And I don't want you to keep losing the battle like that. I don't want you to keep losing the battle like that. Because you're going to ask me, George, what's happening? I'm not seeing the progress. I tell anybody, when people ask me to train, the first thing I ask them, hey, what's your eating like? Because the workout is great, but the workout is only 10%. Don't believe me, check it. The workout is 10% of this. 90% of fitness and nutrition, it's in the kitchen. That's why I wanted to shoot every episode in the kitchen. Because this is where the battle is won and lost. In the kitchen. In the kitchen. All right, so let's switch gears for just a second. Oh yeah, another question that I had was, What do I do when hunger pains wake me up, right? When hunger pains wake me up, what do I do? All right, so part of the reason why you have hunger pains is because you're not eating enough. You're not eating enough, right? And I can give you guys, I'll give you guys some sites that you can check, and carbcalculator.net is one. Carbcalculator.net is one. Carbcalculator.net is one, right? So in carbcalculator.net, what you do is you input all your metrics, your height, your weight, your age, how often you work out, you know what I mean? And then what it's going to do is going to spit some data back at you. And it's going to tell you, well, if you want to lose a pound a week, this is how many calories you need to consume in a day. You want to gain a pound a week, this is how many calories you need to consume. You want to gain a pound and a half, you want to lose 2 pounds, however, it'll give you all those metrics. That is kind of your ball of wax that you work with, right? And so from there, that is how I can calculate if you're eating enough. Like you eat 2 meals a day and you're an adult, I can tell you more than likely you're not eating enough. And what you got to understand is if you don't feed your body enough, your body's going to hold everything it has. So you're like, well, George, why am I not losing weight? I only eat this many meals a day. Because your body is in survival mode. And it says, I got to hold on to everything I got because I'm not getting enough. But if you want your body to freely let go, eat. Guys, I eat 5 meals a day. I'm telling you, I eat all day. I'm not hungry. I eat. Why? Because it's a science to this. If you want your body to release those things, you got to feed your body and allow it to do its job. But if I'm not feeding my body, it's not going to do the job that it needs to do, right? So here's the thing. Snacking. Why do we snack, right? And can we be honest? I want y'all to do me a favor real quick. In the chat, throw out your favorite snacks to me. Real quick. I want to hear your favorite snacks. Bad or good, I don't care. Listen, I'm not judging, right? I'm not judging. You talking to the guy that was 219 pounds. Listen, I'm 5'8". I know, look, 5'8". Do y'all know what 219 pounds looks like on a 5'8" frame? Terrible. It looks terrible. All right? So trust me, I've been here before. I'm not talking to you just pulling straws. I'm talking to you from experience. I want to know, what are favorite snacks? Ginger snaps, peanut M&Ms, I'm already knowing. Popcorn. Ice cream sandwich. These some good snacks. Let's go. What else we got? Come on. Quick. Peanuts, pecans, popcorn, barbecue chips, nuts, dark chocolate. Let's go. What else? Let me get snacks. Chips and dip, almonds, lightly salted chips are my favorite. Krispy Kreme. When that hot now sign on, it's a problem. Doritos, nacho cheese, City Bowls, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I cannot say I've ever had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I never really understood the combination. Now I see people do this fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Never had it. But anyway, almonds. All right, come on. Other snacks. I want you to know what are snacks that you like. Almonds. Let's go, right? So I want us to dark chocolate almonds, peanut butter and honey, Lance crackers. Very specific. I like that, Miss Lee. All right. Skinny pop with intermittent fasting, 16 8 on average, 2 meals and a snack. Okay, I'm gonna get to intermittent fasting. Probably not today. Hey Ken, table intermittent fasting. So I want to get to that probably tomorrow when I go through meal preps. With Angel called protein chips and almonds. Now, protein chips. Yvonne said protein chips. Now there are chips that are pretty good for you, and those are protein chips. They're by Quest. I eat Quest chips. I normally have some in the pantry. Quest chips are really good. They're a protein-based chip. Do not eat it thinking you're gonna have the taste of Lay's. It's not. Okay, it's not. All right, so you gotta think about it. Once you start making better decisions, your taste is going to have to shift. Your taste buds are going to have to shift because you're used to things loaded with sugar, loaded with salt, and you're going to make a transition to things that have less salt. You want to get to minimal sugar, right? So it's going to be a shift. But yesterday, what did I tell you? We're not eating because it tastes good. We're eating for results. We're eating for results. Whether that be results when you go to the doctor's office or whether that's results in how you see, what you see when you look at your physical makeup. Got it? Either one, we're eating for results. Got it? So here's the thing about snacks. If you all, I figured as much. I'm telling you, Quest chips, they're really good. I like Quest chips, right? All right, so boom. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about snacking. Snacking comes into play, and I looked up the definition for you guys. Snack, a small amount of food eaten between meals. Snack, that's the simple definition. A small amount of food that is eaten between meals. Now, If you were truly eating enough, you would be full and there would be no desire for something in between meal 1 and meal 2. Think about it. Think about it. We snack because we don't eat enough. Or we say, I don't feel like eating lunch right now. I'll just eat a snack. And what happens is you eat multiple snacks that are the wrong thing. And then you wonder why you can't even go eat your food because you're too full off of snacks, chips, candies, crackers, nuts, all those things, whatever. You're too full off of those to actually sit down and consume a full meal. Which brings us back to the original problem, which is why you can't get enough food in. And your body is just holding on to the wrong things. Guys, it's not, I promise you, it's not rocket science. Like, we just have to make better choices going forward. It's not rocket science. You have to A, plan. No, A, make the choice. B, plan. C, execute the plan. A, make the choice. B, plan. C, execute the plan. 3 steps. 3 steps. It'll help you be very successful. 3 steps. It's not easy though, right? I don't want to make you think this is easy. It's truly a battle, right? It's an uphill battle. It's not easy. I don't ever want you to think, hey, it's going to be easy. I can just do it with my eyes closed. Me, I've been at this for a while and it's still not easy, but it's a choice that I make every day. There are times where I will get lunch for our staff at work and like, I'll grab Chick-fil-A or I'll grab Krispy Kreme. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, let me get close. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know how much discipline it takes to drive to work with 24 Krispy Kreme donuts hot and ready on your passenger seat and not touch them? Do you know the level of discipline that takes? I wasn't always there though. I'm there now, but I wasn't always there. It's a decision. And once you arrive at that place in your mind that this is what I'm going to do, execution becomes the goal every day. Execution becomes the goal every day. If I have a day where I just didn't do the right thing, I'm telling you, mentally, I feel bad. Mentally, I feel bad because I'm like, George, you didn't have to. Like, you could have done better. You could have done better, right? I tell you guys, I don't know how many people work in the building with me, but it's a lot of people, right? And I'm telling you, I have to make decisions often. I heat up my little meal prep and keep it pushing. They will have listen, I work with people that like to eat good. Listen to me. If y'all don't believe New Life eat good, they like to eat good, right? They like to eat good. Me, I got to stay focused. And I'm saying for you, it's going to take that same level of discipline. Like, you have to stay focused and understand, listen, I may not be able to hang with y'all. I may not be able to kick it. I may not be able to do these things because I'm focused on something. I'm focused on something, right? So make the choice, plan, execute. 3 things I want you to take away from today, okay? All right, so let's look at it. So we snack because we're not getting enough food. We snack because we're not getting enough food. So when you sit down, or think about it like this, all right? So you go somewhere and you eat, right? And you ate, nah, man, I'm good, I'm full, I'm so full. And then somebody comes and they say, all right, listen, y'all want some dessert? I got some pound cake. You got some what? Pound cake? You say you got some apple pie? You say you got some peach cobbler? You say you got some apple pie and some bluebell ice cream because those are the perfect marriage. Like, those two go together like God intended for them to go. Apple pie and bluebell, or peach cobbler and bluebell. God did that. I'm telling you, God did that. But you were just full. You were just full, right? But how come now, once you saw that, you're no longer full? Take us back to creating good relationships with food. Oftentimes we eat out of emotion. I'm coming to somebody's front door today. Oftentimes we eat out of emotion, i.e., you sad, we eat. It's comfort food. It made me feel better, right? How did food make you feel better? Because food didn't solve the problem. Food didn't make the problem go away. It's still there. But just mentally, right? Mentally, I told you, so much of this battle is mentally. So mentally, you're like, man, I'm angry. What am I about to go do? I'm about to go eat. You happy? We about to go celebrate. What are we gonna go do? Go eat. We've got to start to create a healthy relationship with food where you've got to find other ways to reward yourself so you feel good. Find other ways to reward yourself that feel good, because all you are looking for is that little bit of a high, right? That little bit of a high that you get when you eat that sweet or you eat that, listen, Green Acres. I love Green Acres. Give me a 10-piece wings and fries all the way. If you don't get it all the way, I don't know what's wrong with you, right? But that right there, that brown bag, listen, I needed to burn a hole in my leg because I'm trying to eat and drive on the way home. What? Bad relationship with food, though. Bad relationship with food. Like, you should understand how terrible your relationship can be if you don't even have the patience to wait until you get home to eat the food. And I'm telling you, this me too. I'm not just talking about this. We can't even wait till we get to the house. By the time you get to the house, we hungry again. We got to create the healthy relationship with food. Healthy relationship. Well, how do I do it? I know what's good for me and I know what's bad for me. I know what I need to stay away from and I know what I'm going to plan for. Think about this. Plan for it. Nobody just wakes up today and says, I'm going on a vacation. You plan for the vacation. You have to get your finances in order for the vacation. You have to put in time at work for the vacation. If you have kids, if your kids are going with you, you have to plan for them. Talk to their teachers. What are they going to miss from being in school? Did I get work to go with us? Like, you have to plan for this, right? So when you're eating, so much of it is planning. For me, my meal prep day is Sunday. Sunday, I go to church. I train. I have an early morning client. Listen, I have an early morning client that I train on Sundays at 5:30 in the morning. So we train at 5:30 in the morning. Then I go to church, get ready. I teach varsity, and then I go to the grocery store, and I come home and I meal prep. Or either I went to the grocery store on Saturday. But Sundays is my day to meal prep, and I'm meal prepping for the week. Why? Because I made sure I have no excuses for the next 7 days. When I get hungry, I always have a meal prep I can grab. There's no need for a snack. I got a meal. So when you're eating the meals, you will be full and you won't need to reach for a snack. Like, how is it that you can say I'm hungry, but I'm not really ready to eat yet? Just think about that. I'm hungry, but I'm not really ready to eat yet. I'm going to just eat this snack, and this snack going to get me through. And then I need another snack because that snack really didn't fill me up. Then I need another snack because I'm still hungry, right? Your body is telling you, I'm hungry, and you are trying to satisfy yourself with a piece of something rather than just taking the time, grab your meal prep that you already planned for, or your meal wherever you are, grab your meal that you've already set yourself up for, eat that. I promise you, you will be good. So that is how we get in trouble with snacking. That is how we get in trouble with snacking. Snacks need to, like, and I'm saying this because I got a couple questions yesterday about, like, snacks. Well, what are good snacks? Like, what are things? I try to avoid snacking at all costs. For the most part, I try to avoid snacking. Now, I will keep, I have them here. This is the best snack you're going to catch me with, right? This is the best snack you're going to catch me with. Somebody asked about 100 calorie packs. Here you go, right? Here you go. Boom. Boom, right? Boom. This is me. This is the only snack that you're going to see me with other than yogurt, right? I'll read you the facts on this, right? So I got a 1.5 grams of fat, total carbs, 23 carbs, 4 grams of dietary fiber, no sugar, no included added sugars, and 3 grams of protein. So I'll eat a bag, I'll pop a bag of this. That's a snack for me, right? That's usually just really, I don't have to have it, but I just desire a crunch. Right? I desire a crunch. So I give myself something that works. Boom. Kettle corn. Not movie butter. Not movie butter. Kettle corn, right? Something light. I eat, and I'm giving you, are there some foods that help you feel full longer? All right, I'll jump to that real quick. Yes, there are foods that help you feel full longer. Most of those foods are going to be like I don't want to like dive too much into meal preps because that's the lesson for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're working on meal preps and everything with meal preps, so you don't want to miss tomorrow because I'm actually going to lay out like my meal preps for you tomorrow and kind of show you how I structure my 7-day plan. But honestly, like if you were to be hungry, to the question, and you wanted something quick, go grab some protein, grab some chicken. Get some chicken you can pull off of real quick. You know, something that's going to stay with you. Your proteins are going to stay with you. Now, I don't want to push you to reach for a carb, right? I'm not pushing you to reach for a carb. I'm pushing you to reach for a protein. It's going to stay with you a little bit, right? So your chicken, your fish, and even if you wanted to do like, even if you wanted to program in your day a quote unquote snack that is actually a meal, but just a smaller meal. So like wraps, right? If you want to get wraps, and you need to make sure you get the right kind of wraps because there's some wraps that are terrible for you. You want to get the right kind of wraps, but get those wraps. Throw in there some lettuce. You throw in there some grilled chicken or some tuna or some fish if you want to. Throw that in the wrap. Listen, chicken salad, Miss Jordan. Chicken salad, I love chicken salad. I'm a huge fan of chicken salad, but no. The reason why, chicken salad, the base of chickens, it's mayo based. Nothing about mayo is good. Nothing. Even light mayo. So if you're going to eat chicken salad, that's something you want to do in moderation, not something you want to do frequently, I promise. Like you're going to need to figure out a different way to make it without those. And you can. Listen to me. There are ways that you can get around making things. You can make the same product. You're just going to miss some of those things that you enjoy about it. But it's still that product and it's good. Like I was telling you guys yesterday about my parfaits. Like my parfaits, they're bomb. They're bomb. I'm not yogurt, pecans, strawberries, blueberries. I feel like I have a sweet treat right there. Everything I need right there, right? So I'm saying you got to figure out ways to do this. For those of you who like Mexican, I still rock with, I'm not a fan of Mexican food, but I will eat quesadillas. But I'm going to make quesadillas with a wrap that's better for me, that's high in fiber. Not going to have a bunch of terrible additives in the tortilla. I'm going to use the cheese that I use. It's only going to be the mozzarella cheese that's fat-free, and I'm going to tell you why I only use that cheese. For my cheese lovers, and I hate to keep walking out of the camera, guys, but I have to, like, I can't just have, like, everything just sitting on the counter, right? All right, so listen. If I'm going to use cheese for anything, I'm going to use this cheese. Mozzarella cheese, Kraft mozzarella cheese, fat-free. Why? Because I'm going to give you the nutrition facts on it, right? It's 45 calories for a fourth of a cup. Total fat, 0. Saturated fat, 0. Trans fat, 0. Total carbs, 2 grams. Total sugars, 0 grams. Added sugars, 0 grams. Protein, 9 grams. It's a godsend, right? So if I'm going to use cheese, like if I'm going to make some quesadillas, I mean, because you don't, like a lot of times people hear eating on the right track and it's just like you think everything has to be bland and plain and you can't have fun with it. You can absolutely have fun with it. But planning has to be a part of it though, right? So when I plan out my quesadillas, I'm going to map that out. I'll do a chicken quesadilla. I'll do a shrimp quesadilla. My mom is my taste tester. She can speak for it. Like if it's something new I tried, it might taste good to me, but I'll be like, when I see her at work, Mom, try this, check this for me and let me know like how this tastes. And they'll be like, oh, that's good. True story. True story. I made some red potatoes because I really was craving some French fries the other day. So I cut up some red potatoes like real thin and I seasoned them. I coated them with oil, seasoned them with a little, well, I don't tell y'all all my seasonings, but listen, season them with a little something, and threw them in the air fryer. The air fryer is a godsend. You can do so much with the air fryer. If you want to try to say you do not have time to kind of make things work, the air fryer will be your friend. Like that's a quick way to get things done, and it's not harmful. It's not bad for you. Okay. All right. So listen. We got healthy margaritas and snacks. I'm not sure it's on there. All right. Cool. Boom. All right. So Pastor Jay has dropped a very important announcement for you guys for Church Sunday. So make sure you read that. All right, so listen. So I cut them real thin, so they were like French fries, right? Red potatoes, they were like French fries. And so I had some. I took them to work. I was like, Mom, I want you to try these. I have a little bit for lunch. I want you to try some. So she's like, boom, okay, let me get one. She gets one. She's like, okay, let me get another one. She gets another one. She's like, wait, let me try one more. She gets another one. Then she said, well, I want some of these. So I'm saying that to say, like, don't think just because you're eating right, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy food. Like, my food is still very good. I still enjoy all of it. I enjoy all of it. I enjoy all of it, but I plan out what I'm going to eat. And that's all I'm telling you guys when it comes to mapping out your meals or going to the grocery store. Plan out what you're going to do. I have friends, especially I have one very dear friend to me that they love salads, right? It's like it's quick. It's like, oh, well, I went to Chick-fil-A, I went to Zaxby's and got a salad. I want to give you these metrics really quick before we get off the phone, before we get off the Zoom. I want to give you these metrics, right? I just looked up a standard Cobb salad at Chick-fil-A. How many of you have had a Cobb salad from Chick-fil-A? Right? You raising your hand in your room. I see you, right? Cobb salad, real quick, something light because I didn't want to get French fries and I didn't want to get the bread from the chicken sandwich. So I got a Cobb salad. Real quick, our dairy products good. So I don't really have a lot of dairy in my diet. Like the most you're going to get is that Oikos 000. I stay away from milk. Contrary to what you believe, milk is really only for babies. That's a conversation for another day. As adults, you do not need milk. I promise you. You can do your own research and we can talk about it another time. Milk for babies. Once you are done being a baby, you don't need milk anymore. Listen. But anyway, we can talk about that another day because that's a controversial topic in the fitness world on both sides of the line. But listen. So that Cobb salad that we will say, oh, okay, yeah, man, let's grab this Cobb salad real quick. That'll make life easy. A Cobb salad, 830 calories. 830 calories. 60 grams of fat. Cobb salad from Chick-fil-A, 60 grams of fat, 13 grams of saturated fat, 2,220 grams of sodium, and 8 grams of sugar. That is a Cobb salad from Chick-fil-A. Why are we doing this, people? I can make a salad right here, and it's not going to have anything near that. Because you know what? Here's why I say plan. When you plan, you control what you eat. When you go to a restaurant, you are not in the kitchen. You don't know what they are making in the kitchen. You don't know what they use and what they add. You don't know. They cook with butter. You're going to pick up a lot just from them cooking with butter. They're going to add a bunch of stuff that you don't need. I will make a salad in my house, and the macros are nowhere near that right there. My salad is going to be mixed veggies. It's going to be grilled chicken. I'm going to cut up some bell pepper. I'll cut up some tomato. I'll probably drop some blueberries on there. Boom. I'm going to use a vinaigrette. Or G. Hughes makes great sauces and vinaigrettes. G. Hughes is all over my house. G. Hughes, right? So in comparison, I'll compare G. Hughes to your ranch dressing real quick, right? Real quick. So ranch dressing, 2 tablespoons is 130 calories. 2 tablespoons of this G. Hughes dressing, 60 calories. Ranch dressing, total fat, 13 grams. Total fat for this, 6 grams. Saturated fat in ranch, 2 grams. No saturated fat here with the G. Hughes. 0 sugars in the G. Hughes. Ranch is going to get 1 gram of sugar and 1 gram of added sugar. Boom, boom. So just to give you a comparison of the two, but like G. Hughes sauces, I'm going to use something that works more. It tastes good and it works, right? Rather than using salad. So make sure you watch it when you're looking at your dressings. You want to probably stick to like something like a G. Hughes base or something that's more of a vinaigrette base, so that even though you had a salad, you didn't make your salad go to the trash can, i.e. as far as your eating habits with having a bad dressing on top. But that's why I'm just telling you, like, don't fall for the lie when you are thinking like these places are marketing something to you because they say it's healthier. Really go read it for yourself so you can understand, well, what does healthier really mean? When they say something is healthier, they're comparing it to the other things on the menu, not to what's healthy in general. Think about that. When they tell you something is healthier, they're not comparing it as a standalone by itself, the merits of the health of this thing by itself. They're comparing it to the other things on the menu. So is a salad a healthier choice than this sandwich? Yes. Right? Yes. But is the salad healthy by itself? That's what we got to look at. All right. So listen, I've held you guys up long enough today. Thank y'all for tuning in again today. Listen, tomorrow, meal prep day. Meal prep. I'm putting on the apron. We meal prepping in the kitchen. I will show you guys how I meal prep my week. I will show you guys what a meal prep week looks like for me. I won't I'm gonna show y'all everything. I'll show y'all everything. I'll let y'all behind the veil tomorrow. Okay. So listen, tune in tomorrow. We are meal prepping. I'm gonna show you how we set this thing up because I'm really trying to give you all the tips. It's January, right? So we have all these immaculate plans for what life is gonna look like for the rest of 24. Man, we're starting in January. We are going to control it right now. Control it, all right? So tomorrow, tune in, 12 o'clock. Don't be late. Thank y'all so much. Be blessed.